Hello?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Chuck, I just wanted to check on Webster. To be sure, I got the report from Dean, about these 5 violations and all the rest, and I said, well, I'll stick by him if he wants to fight.
Well, it's a little bit like Bill Casey's situation. What he has, Mr. President, he had a very minor thing, which was where they filed a tax lien. That was $200, but that was nothing.
I don't forget that one.
Yeah, the other about the others where he, after audit, they disagreed with deductions he had taken.
Right.
And I don't know all the details, but he said, he argued it out, and they had an audit, 67, 66, and he was in those days making a lot of money, and so $5,000 or $6,000 deficiency.
Yeah. My point is this. Do we stick with him?
Well, I think he's the best man for the job, Mr. President.
Yeah, let's start with that. Fine.
Okay, I think he's the best man for the job. Let me, however, disqualify myself in one respect. I've known Webster very, very well, and if he goes into the IRS, I've told him, and I don't stand to gain from this, but I've told him that I would watch his practice for him. I would help him, by taking the young associates out of his office and just doing it for him. So, in one sense, I suppose I have a
we're not forget all that.
financial interest.
But should we stand by him or not?
I would, yes, sir.
All right, fine. All right, we're standing by him.
Yeah.
The point is, I told Schultz that, all these assholes that want to run away from people.
But don't forget, he was audited during the time the Democrats were in here, and when he was a very active Goldwater Republican and a Baker Republican, and ran lawyers for Nixon.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm all for him, and I just don't want him to pick the fight and not run into the situation I did with Haynesworth and Carswell, where they didn't stand up and fight.
I think they'd have a hell of a job. You see, the reason, I'm sorry about the tax bar and your former partner Alexander.
Oh, screw Alexander. I don't give a shit what he thinks.
Well,
couldn't care less.
Webster's published more goddamn books on tax law that a slew of them here, and he holds these annual conferences. Totally qualified professionally. What the hell, the guy?
Yeah.
The trouble is, the guy's from East Tennessee, and he's not from. Although he went to Harvard Law School, he's not the stereotype. Cravath, Swain, and
all right, fine.
Partner.
But your advice is to go forward. Fine.
Yes, sir. Although I do qualify. I want you to know that
it'll be a hell of a fight.
Well, no. I want you to know that since proposing him to you, I told him I would take over his practice.
Well, I don't give a shit about that. I don't give one goddamn about that. Take over his practice.
But I don't, believe me.
I don't give a damn about that. I hope you do take over his practice. Now, the second point is with regard to our friend from Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Bradshaw. I asked him whether he wanted anything. He said, well, he's told Chuck and this and that and the rest, but I haven't heard a damn thing.
Well, the thing he'd like to do, which I mentioned briefly to Bob and John, and I don't know whether I mentioned it to you, at Keep His Game, was the FCC. He'd like to go on that if he could become chairman. Of course, he'd be tremendous.
Why not?
Oh, he'd jolt the hell out of the network.
Well,
he's in the communication.
FCC.
Yeah, he'd be great at that. And
the difficulty is we got Birch there. What the hell are we going to get rid of him?
Well, Birch has to leave by the end of this year in order to become, if he's going to run for the Senate in Arizona, and he says he is.
Well, why don't we just put Bradshaw on, and then promote him up?
That would be the way.
Bradshaw hates him, doesn't he?
Oh, he despises the networks. He would kill him. He would do. Jesus, let me die with a guy like that.
All right, follow through on that.
He's got enough money that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, follow through on that with our people. If that's what he wants, that is what he's going to get.
Well, he would be great at that. You see, we can put him into the Nicholas Johnson vacancy when Nick Johnson, the Democrat, the crazy.
But that isn't in June.
That's right. But in June we put him in that, and then move him up to Birch's spot when Birch leaves. And Dave is wealthy enough that he wouldn't.
All right, fine. Let's work that out. That's what I want to do. Okay.
I hope your leg is all right, Mr. President.
Oh, shit. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I noticed you limping a little bit when you left tonight.
Well, I've got got a pretty bad cut. It's all right. But, these people, the second night, the third night, and this night, my daughters, as I told you, and Mrs. Nixon said, they're so different from the people we saw the first night, whom they love, because they're all of our old friends.
That's right.
But these who got,
they've got verve.
They're schmaltz, and, what do you call it? What the Jewish people call it?
Chutzpah.
you see, all they do is shake hands. But I hope they get them nice,
refreshments were lovely, Mr. President.
Refreshments and all the rest, and the music and everything.
Well, it was beautiful. Of course, Mrs. Nixon has done such a spectacular job with the house this year. Everything is perfect. Yes, everything.
But they all felt good about coming, did they?
They felt great about coming. And the thing that interests me, and maybe we're still in the glow of the election, I don't know. These people would go to they'd march off a cliff for you. It's incredible. That over at Blair House last night, the conversation during dinner, and then the feeling afterwards, and everybody coming up, and the difference with the Republicans is that, and it's terrible because I've been a Republican all.
We know them, we love them,
but they're always bitching. They're always negative. They never
really, like you said when you went to your old club and found that they were always bitching. And why should they be bitching?
I know.
Good God, I'm fighting for their goddamn causes. But these people, what were they bitching about that night? What was it?
Oh, well, they were bitching that we've been too taxes. Too cozy, too friendly with labor, that you play golf with Meany, but never with the business people. And
screw up. Well, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. That's awful.
That's awful.
But this crowd last night, God, they are wonderful. I mean, those labor guys, and they're in our corner. I just
we'll get
no question about it.
Well, them old Fitz, for example. I had a lot of his people who, and I mentioned him to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Hell, they all know. And Joe T. and the rest. Well, we're going to have them forever.
Yes, they're great. Oh, we are. Oh, no doubt about that. My God, that's one organization that I'm going to see that we control.
Right.
Fitz and I have already started to clean out. We're getting rid of Gibbons. We're going to put.
The thing that pleased me was what Brennan said when he said, came to the line. He said, I think you should know that I went to 8 offices. I didn't have your picture up. I put your picture up. As he said, I put your picture up. Now, God damn it, is that really true? Here we have had Schultz, and we've had Schultz and Hodgson, both Nixon loyals. Why the hell didn't they put my picture up? Now tell me.
They don't think this way, Mr. President. But let me tell you what Brennan did. He went over there, and he walked through a few offices. He couldn't find your picture, so he turned to Bob Armeo, very, very bright young Italian lad out of Rockefeller's office, and he's bringing down here with him, and he said, Bob, go tell the front office, Hodgson, that by 9 tomorrow morning, I want the president's picture in every office in the Labor Department. By 9 tomorrow morning. He said they were running through the halls trying to clip out pictures out of magazines. They ran out of pictures of the president. But it's an order, and it's in effect right now. And Hodgson said, Jesus, of course he went long.
Hodgson didn't do it.
No, but he'd never think of it. Brennan goes over there and he said, by God, we're going to have American flags. We're going to have American flags throughout this building. And we're going to have pictures of the President of the United States. And there'll be no pictures of Clement.
And you see, Schultz didn't have any. And neither did Hodgson. And both are totally loyal.
Well,
what the hell's the trouble?
Well, you remember what I told you when we talked about labor, that somebody has to go in there and clean them out. And he's got 100 people that he's targeted to remove. BLS has now been, Moore's gone. Is it? Oh, yes, he's right. And we accepted. You accepted his resignation. And we cleaned out all but one. We had to leave one assistant secretary in. And, of course, Ussery, depending on what Counts does, we'll keep in. If he wants to stay, which I think he does. Although Ussery should go over to that job that Counts now has. But Brennan has just gone in there. There's going to be, he's told them all, no more pictures of Kennedy. He found a lot of Kennedy pictures. There'll be no more Kennedy pictures.
That's right.
They'll all be Nixon pictures. President Nixon is the president. An American flag will be flown in the office.
Christ. How does Brennan feel? Was he pleased about the 2 evenings?
He is just so upbeat, Mr. President. He feels great. And, of course, he loves these kind of things. I mean, those dinners he loved because he realized
tomorrow night he'll love it, too.
Of course he will. And he loves what's happening, that he is opening the doors.